In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the transmission oil pan on this BMW 550i. It's going to be located underneath the vehicle. Let's get into it. Remove this lower panel. Use a Phillips head screwdriver. Just loosen these screws up. They're going to stay with the panel. Should be another one there. Just twist it a few turns. Grab the panel, slide it back. We're going to remove this panel. In the back here, there's two Phillips head screws. We're going to take those out. Just use a Phillips head screwdriver there and over here. Take those out. Then the rest are 8mm. Just use an 8mm socket. Back by the transmission. This shield, this center cover, we're going to leave that. And grab the shield. Slide it out. Using a 10mm hex socket, we're going to loosen up this drain plug. Make sure you have a drain bucket underneath. Oh, and drain that out. Now we can just put this back in just so it stops draining. We're not going to torque it down or anything. That's good enough. Now we're going to use a T40 socket around the perimeter of the pan. We're going to take these bolts out. That's all the bolts. And just hold it up before you take the last bolt out. Just gonna have the drain bucket underneath just in case any of the fluid comes out. Just grab the pan and pull it down. You have to pull it towards the front of the vehicle a little bit. You can drain the fluid. All right, just take a rag, some brake parts cleaner, just clean up the sealing surface around the perimeter. If you need to, you can use a scraper or a razor blade if there's still gasket material or corrosion. This one looks pretty good. Let's wipe the excess. On the pan, there's an O-ring right here. If there's a cap there, you want to take the cap off. Just take a little transmission fluid and lubricate that O-ring. Get this to line up. And push it up in place. And get the bolts started. And they're all in, so we're just gonna snug these up. Now that they're all snugged up, we're going to torque these to 9 foot-pounds. And there is a sequence. You want to start in the middle and alternate side to side. That's number 2. Number 3. And just alternate. 5, 6. 8, way back here. 11, back here. 12, opposite side. 13's in the corner. 14, other side, corner. 15's in the back, in the corner. 16's front. 17's back corner. 18's front. 19 back. 20 front middle. And 21 in the back. There you go. If you feel like you have to, you can go around and double check. It's a good idea to double check the drain plug and make sure it's torqued to 6 foot-pounds. Now we need to access the fill plug, and it's on the side of the transmission. Just to make it easier, we're going to take this shield off. Use an 8mm socket, take these bolts out. And we can access the fill plug right here. I'm going to use an 8mm hex socket. Pull that out. This is where you can add the appropriate transmission fluid. With a drain bucket underneath, we can take the new transmission fluid and using a fluid transfer pump, just transfer the fluid in until the fluid starts coming out. Once it's dripping out, we're going to put the plug back in. We're not going to snug it down, we're just going to put it in because we're going to have to check it while the vehicle's running. Now we're going to start the vehicle. And we're going to shift into reverse. Leave it in reverse for 3 seconds. Then you're going to shift to drive. Leave it in drive for 3 seconds. And then back to park. You want to monitor with a scan tool what the transmission oil temperature is. And you want the temperature to be between 104 and 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Making sure the vehicle is level. And we're going to take the fill plug out again. The vehicle is still running. And then top off the rest of the transmission fluid until it starts coming out again. Once you see that, then we'll put the fill plug in. Just be careful, the exhaust is hot right here. And snug down the fill plug. That's good. Then you can shut the vehicle down, let it cool down a little bit, and then you can take some brake parts cleaner, just spray down the area, just clean up some of that residual. That's good. Wipe it away. That's good. Just again, if the exhaust is hot, you might want to let it cool down a little bit. Now we'll take this shield with the bolts, get that started. Snug that down. And that one. I'll put this panel up. Get this lined up. I'll get some of these started. Gotta go that way a little bit. And on the sides. And this back one had a Phillips head screw. And tighten these all down. Snug those down, put this panel up, get it lined up. And take a Phillips head screwdriver. And get the screws started. Good. And the rest of the panel. There you go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.